Prime says, can you give advice on breaking into top companies like Google, Microsoft, AI? How should one approach them? Is it a good idea to call the executives personally and try to sell yourself? I wouldn't do that. I mean, you have two options. You have the post a job method, right? Which is not this. That's where you appease the recruiter. You go in at the bottom and try and go up internally, right? You enter at the bottom and then try and go up. So you're dealing with the recruiter. And the way to pass that, as you guys probably know, is you just give them everything that they're asking for, right? And you just happen to have to be the person that they're looking for, that type of person. The alternative is to do it through networking. You can do it through direct outreach. You can do it for big companies too. Different companies might have certain rigid procedures about that, but you can usually get around that by going to executives, because executives can do what they damn well please. They can talk to anyone they want, and their entire job is focused on that. Executives need to be able to talk to whoever they want. They don't give a crap about like any kind of weird official policy that limits that. That's stupid. It impedes them from doing their job, so there won't be any that apply to executives. For people lower down, like mid-level managers, in some large organizations, you might even get formal policies that govern that stuff. Like the way it usually works is that mid-level managers, they usually don't take unsolicited queries from the public. In most organizations, there's no official policy about that, but they just don't because it's not part of their job. It's not part of their duties, right? But executives, that's the key part of their role. They take, unsolicited queries from outside the company all the time. That's what they do. In terms of working with partners, setting up joint ventures, dealing with new suppliers, dealing with regulators, just talking to competitors or other players in the industry. I mean, that's what their role is all about. And a lot of their time is freed up to do that. They're not as busy as mid-level managers. Mid-level managers, their time is like booked up for like meetings and all kinds of things. Executives, they have a lot more unstructured time because they're just doing all these random things. So when you contact an executive, they are freed up. Like their whole job is related to that. It's very rare that if you send something to an executive and it's not stupid, this is the assumption, it's not like idiotic, you're not going to get like, who are you? How did you get this number? Why are you talking to me? No, go away. I don't know what you want. You're not going to get that reaction from an executive because their role is to deal with people outside the company. You probably will get that reaction if you send that to a mid-level manager because their job, like a plant manager or something like that, their role is not dealing with people outside the company. Their role is usually exclusively dealing with internal people for internal matters. You know what I'm saying? So you can bypass that by going to executives, but I would not advise you like doing that when you don't know anything about anything. You're probably not going to say the right thing. You're probably going to talk to the wrong person. You know what I mean? You could try it through trial and error, but I mean, you're probably going to get a lot of negative results, like to learn it the hard way. I'd like learn all that stuff first, right? Yes, I want you to learn it if you're going to learn it with me, that's all in that course, yes. But there's a lot of principles involved. If you don't know what these people do, you don't know what their roles involve, it's hard to know what's appropriate to say to what person over what channel, you know what I mean? So even companies like big companies, like these are among the biggest companies in the world, right? I mean, I don't know about OpenAI, I don't know about Microsoft, but Google certainly is. You know what I mean? It's the same rules apply, and I wouldn't call them up. You can, but I wouldn't do that for a variety of reasons. Prime says, how do I figure what to say and who to say it to? Well, you take my course. Prime. Listen, watch that video that I've been constantly recommending. It's in the description box. It's called How Successful People Get Jobs. That should give you some ideas, okay? That can show you how to do a lot of things.